because if an exchange term next year is something that you may be interested in, you should probably get started thinking about that and planning for it right now.
And the profs at the school are really awesome. They really do care about you as individuals, and they're also hilarious. So they do things a little differently. So in Ireland, things are a little bit more relaxed in a lot of ways. So when I first got here and classes had been started for 3 days, and they were still changing timetables, and things are still getting moved around. Same can be said for some like assignments and things like that. They're very different here than they are from home. So we have a lot more to do in terms of assignment work, I feel like. But here at LIT, the way things kind of work is you'll have a lot of classes that are either 100% exam or 50% exam, 50% one assignment. So things kind of just are a little bit different than what we would do back at SLC. And they still make sure to make sure you have all the resources you need, make sure that you have all the help you need, staff are available at any time. They've made it easier for me to adapt to the new climate I'm in. Okay, so the accommodation here is fantastic. I'm currently staying at the Cratlowood Student Village, which is a 15-minute walk from the school, and they also have a shuttle bus that goes up in the mornings and the evenings, so if you are running late, you can just jump on the shuttle bus and it'll be there in 2 minutes. It's pretty awesome. You get a whole room to yourself. You get a whole kitchen. There's so much to do. Just this past weekend, for St. Patrick's Day, I went to Dublin and they had a huge parade and it was so cool. And it's very cultural and it's very cool. So, and I also decided to go up to the Giant's Causeway while I was there, which is in Northern Ireland, and it's this amazing natural structure out by the coast, and you can see Scotland from across the way. I've also been to Cork, which is the neighboring city, one of the neighboring cities to Limerick, and every city is just so different and so fascinating, and there's so much to do. Like, there's always local pubs you gotta try. And of course, like, there's the Guinness and everything everybody's raving about everywhere. There's a lot of history here because they've been around for a lot longer than we have. And if you're a history nut or a buff, you're gonna have a really good time here, especially. Courses, I'm taking organizational behavior, which you guys will be taking consumer behavior next year. It's like instead of looking at customers, it's looking at an organization's behavior as a whole. It's really interesting. I really enjoy that elective, but you have some other choices for courses as well because they do give you an elective in third year. When it comes to other courses, I'm taking services marketing, so that's just taking more of a dive into services and how they're marketed because they are intangible and they're not objects. I'm also taking project management, which is something that I believe is going to be extremely useful for all of us or any of us when we go into an actual job in the field, because it's all about actually organizing your projects, making sure you have resources, making sure you have the correct scope and the steps in line to make sure that your project runs smoothly without issue. Aside from that, we're also doing marketing research, but it's on a way larger scale. You get to do the whole course is based on this one marketing research project. So it's very imperative that you collect the data properly. And what you do, it's about helping a business or helping people within Ireland. So my group in particular, we are looking at the housing crisis in Limerick. On top of that, we also have marketing communication, which is more of like a deep dive into the whole idea of social media and viral videos and all of that kind of stuff. We did a really cool project this semester where we were all given a topic and we had to create a 90-second viral video on that topic. So me and my group got together and we were given the Athena Swan Charter, which is a charter for women's rights, and we did a 2-minute video that we would have had to put online and hope to go viral. So you really have to consider all of the aspects of how to make a social media account that will be successful and engage with your consumers and all the like. And we do a lot of stuff like that back home at SLC as well. I think that's all of my courses, but yeah, so they do kind of, and business analytics, which is looking at your analysis and analyzing data, because it's really important that instead of just collecting data and never doing anything with it, you understand how to properly use your data. So that'll be working with like a lot of CRM systems and all the like that. So I think you'll enjoy that as well. But yeah, and that all kind of ties in with everything back home. When I looked at the titles of the courses that I would have been taking in third year, semester 2, and compared them to the titles of the courses I am taking, I was like, oh, okay, they're pretty much the same thing. So in some ways, but yeah, it's been really cool. You are going to face challenges. Even if it is an English-speaking country, there is so much you need to adapt to. So first of all, when I got here, I was extremely jet-lagged. At like 8 a.m. here, that's like 3 a.m. back home. So I was always tired, and I'd always end up going to bed early and waking up super late. So you have to make sure that you kind of prepare yourself for that kind of a change. It's going to be kind of tough, but you'll get over it in a couple days and it'll be okay. The time change is really tough as well, especially if you're kind of prone to being homesick or you're going to miss people from home. Because half the time you're awake, everyone else is asleep. So missing your family and stuff is bound to happen, but it is really easy to get over if you have the right support, and you can make some friends here. So it's not that big of a deal. Once you get in the swing of things and your routine actually starts, things get a lot easier. You're not really noticing you're in a different country, really. Like, I have days where I look around and I go, oh, right, like, I'm in a different country. I'm in Europe. I kind of forget sometimes. I just feel like I'm in a really far away part of Canada. People's accents are something to get used to, because some people will talk, so everybody, like, there's 15 different accents in Ireland. So most people from Limerick have a very, fairly clear accent. It's really easy to understand. But some people from other parts of Ireland can talk a little faster, or their words are a little more jumbled, so you have to really listen closely. Getting around here is a little different too. So people are more prone to like walk places. There's pretty much one bus system, and there's only one bus that comes over to the area of the school that goes into the city. So, and bus fare is really expensive. Unlike in Canada at SLC, we don't get a free bus pass because we pay tuition. In LIT, you don't get a bus pass, so you have to pay for the bus or get a LEAP card, and the bus is very expensive. So one ride on the bus is like €240, which is like $4. So it's pretty pricey, and it can rack up if you don't pay attention. But you can also walk into the city. It's 40 minutes, but you know, that's what most people do anyway. So it's something to get used to in terms of traveling and stuff. The good thing is that in terms of traveling is that flying and buses and trains is a lot cheaper here. So you can do a lot more traveling on a budget and go see a lot more places. So it's really awesome. Tuition in particular was simple enough for me, because all you have to do is pay your tuition at SLC, and that kind of like transfers over for them. So OSAP and everything still works for you over here, and you get your tuition paid, and it's fine. When it comes to finances for living, you're gonna want to budget. You want to budget, and you want to make sure you save up if you're planning on going, because it can get really expensive if you don't. Shopping for groceries here is super great, because a lot of the places are really, well, they seem really cheap. When it comes to grocery shopping here, you're probably paying a lot less than you would in Canada. However, going out to eat and stuff and eating at restaurants is really expensive. $1 Canadian is equal to like €1.60, so there's quite a significant difference between them. And you'll be seeing you'll look at the menus here and you'll be like, is this a menu from Canada? Because the prices are the same, but it's just way more expensive in euros. So off of like $200 every 2 weeks, or $400 a month. And that's not just for food, that's for food and for doing some fun stuff on the side. In Limerick, they have temp agencies where you can sign up and you can get hired on for random shifts. So it's not like a full-time or part-time commitment to work. It's just one of those things where you can sign on, and when you're looking for shifts and when you need one, you can ask for one and they'll provide you with it. And you do get paid more if you are using a temp agency shift, because obviously you're not a part-time worker.